Top 10 most loved sports in the world. Football, the king of all sports that is loved by all. Two teams of 11 players have to tackle the opponents and score a goal by kicking the ball into the opponent's goal post. It all seems very easy, but the skills and the energy required by this sport is truly taxing. The players have to do their best to stay fit and keep in shape, as the game requires them to be running around the field for 90 minutes. It is played by almost all the countries today and is promoted by FIFA. The sport has a fan base of 3.5 billion fans, making it the most loved sport in the world, and we couldn't agree more. So get out there and it's game on. Cricket. Even though today cricket as a sport is played only by some odd 15 countries of the world, it is one of the most popular sports. Two teams consisting of 11 players each take chances to bat and field. The team which makes more runs or which dismisses the opponents quicker is the winner. There are many forms of cricket, such as Test cricket, ODIs, 2020. In countries such as India, Pakistan, Australia, etc., cricket is more than just a sport and has a huge fan following of around 3 billion people around the world. Field hockey. Number 3 on our list of the most loved and watched sports is field hockey. In this sport, there are two teams whose players try to tackle and maneuver the ball or the puck into the opponent's goal post. There are a lot of complex rules in this game. This sport is played in many countries, but their style may be different, as hockey is a broader concept of the sport. For e.g., Canada plays ice hockey instead of field hockey. The Asian countries are especially good at this sport, and hockey is the national sport of both India and Pakistan. It has a fan following of around 2 billion people. Tennis is another game that has crosses all the national boundaries and has become a sport that is well watched and loved in countries across continents. In tennis, there are 2 or 4 players pitched against one another. They play on clay court, grass court, concrete court, etc. The players have rackets and they are supposed to hit a ball over the net into the opponent's area. This game is played in almost all the countries today, and it is one of the most difficult sports, as you need to have immense presence of mind. It gathers a fan base of a whopping 1 billion around the globe. Volleyball. A surprise in the list of the top 10 most loved sports around the world is volleyball. This sport may be famous because it is played extensively, not only men, but also women. It is a team sport consisting of 2 teams in a net which separates the teams. Both the teams have to hit the ball with their hands and try to ground the ball in the area of the opponent's team. The rules are much more complex than this. This sport is played worldwide, and it is famously played on beaches. It is also an Olympic sport with a fan base of around 900 million. Table tennis. The 6th most loved sport in the world is surprisingly an indoor sport. The sport that requires quick reflex, a lot of energy, and even more focus is the sport of table tennis. It is also known as ping pong in some countries. Table tennis is basically like tennis, as the name suggests, but it is played on a wooden table with a lightweight ball and a net in between. The Chinese, especially, are really good at table tennis, and its popularity is on the rise ever since it was introduced as an Olympic sport. Today, it has a following of about 900 million fans from all around the globe. Baseball, a game that is again played mostly only in the United States of America, is baseball. Today, it is played in Japan, Cuba, and Dominican Republic etc. too. This is a bat and ball game wherein there are two teams, people taking turns to bat and field. The batting side scorer runs by hitting the ball and running to the bases and returning to the home plate before the fielders catch the ball and throw it at the keeper. The famous home run is when the batsman runs across all the bases and back to the home plate, completing a kind of circle. This game has around 500 million fans around the world.